welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by if you're new, and welcome back if you're already a subscriber. My name's Crystal, and today we are going to rank all of my blushes from worst to best. I do have a series on my channel where I do go through every single component of my makeup collection, and we rank every single segment in accordance with what I like the most and what I don't like. So it's very open, it's very honest, and it is ranking everything. I do love everything that's in my collection, but I do have things that I do gravitate towards more than others, and that's kind of what these videos are about. It's just being my raw, truthful self in regards to these makeup products, and I love just talking about makeup. So that's what we're going to do today. Before we jump into the video, do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Also have that post notification bell turned on, because I know that a lot of you guys haven't been getting notified when I do upload new content. Just so that you know, I upload every Tuesday and Saturday 6 AM Melbourne time, and I do throw in an additional video on a Thursday 6 AM Melbourne time if I do have the additional content available, which I have lately. So don't forget to make sure you have that post notification bell turned on, and also go and check me out over on Instagram. I'll have my handles on the screen for you guys to go and check me out over there. And I'll stop babbling and let's just get straight into the video. Okay, so the least favorite blush is going to be probably one of my most expensive blushes. Now this is the Marc Jacobs Flesh and Fantasy Air Blush. Now when you see this, you'll know why. This is the shade. Most of it is just neutral powder. And I don't know what I was thinking when I purchased this, because what you're supposed to do is be able to customize the shade that you want by pushing the brush to a certain side of the component. And looking at it, it's not going to be a deep enough shade to actually show up on my skin. I don't even know if they still make these blushes, to be perfectly honest. I kept this for clients, and I kept this for when I was fair, and quite frankly, I'm probably not going to be on my YouTube channel ever as fair as I can be, because I don't like being fair. That's just my personal preference. I like to be fake tan. I like to look like I've been in the sun. That's just who I am. And this blush just doesn't work for me. Beautiful formula. Haven't got an issue with the formula. It's literally just the shade. Next up is in this Charlotte Tilbury palette. This is a quad. This is a Glowgasm Face Palette Lightgasm quad. I mentioned this in my bronzers lineup as well. There is a blush just here. I don't use it. I don't think I ever have used it. Up close, if I don't blind you guys, that's what it looks like. It's a really, really good dupe for NARS Orgasm. I didn't really rate that blush. Like, I know that that's a lot of people's favorites. I don't know, I don't like the gold flakes that's in it. And there's gold flakes in this one as well, and it just throws me off it because of that reason. So it's at the lower end of my ranking because I just plain and simple don't use it. It's not my jam, so I don't reach for it. Next up is my Too Faced Papadopo Peach blush. This is what it looks like here. It is quite a beautiful blush. This was in my project pan. I have been trying to use it up, and I just don't. It smells like peach. It's a beautiful shade. It has like peach embossed into it. Beautiful packaging and all that. I just don't gravitate towards it. Like when I do a makeup look and I go, oh, I need to do a blush now, I'm not like, oh, I'll use my Papadopo Peach blush. I just don't really like the luminosity of it, to be honest. It's a little bit too shiny for my liking. I do like a luminous blush. Like, it is definitely one of my preferences, but it has to be a certain type of luminosity. It has to be very finely milled. It has to be like a sheen on the cheeks, not like glitter, if that makes sense, in any form, like glitter in any form at all. So that's why I don't really love that one too much. Next up is by MAC. Now this is Harmony by MAC. I love this. I think this is a beautiful shade. I love all of my MAC blushes. This one's just a little bit more on the brownie side. Now that's probably very true to color right there. It could double as potentially a contour for some people. A lot of people do like to use this as a contour blush, kind of put it all together. I do like it. It is still it's very neutral. It's not very warm, nor is it very cool. It's very neutral, which I think that's why people do love it so much. My clients love this shade on them, especially if they are fake tan like myself and they don't actually want to go for a full-on blush. But I won't let a bride go on their day without blush, because otherwise they're going to look really, really washed out. So if they are very against it, I do tend to go for that blush because it seems to work for them and they seem to quite love it. So that's why I have that one in my collection in this ranking today, is because it is used quite a lot by my clients, but just not so much by me. Next up is a palette. This is the Cheekathon palette by Benefit. This came out, oh gosh, a long time ago. I've just never gotten rid of it, and it looks like this. So it's one of the box palettes. This has Dandelion, Hula, Rock Tour, Dallas, and Coralista in there. I'm pretty sure you can still get all of these shades individually. It still smells really, really beautiful, like that Benefit, like beautiful smell. It's like, you know how, I don't know how to describe it. It smells like cosmetics, but it doesn't smell like bad cosmetics, if that makes sense. It smells like, I don't know, spa-like. It's beautiful. And no matter how old this is, it still smells good, and you get a lot of product in these palettes. They come out with these every single year. If you haven't ever tried Benefit Cosmetics before, I definitely recommend starting with a product like this. This was my first ever Benefit purchase, and it was such a steal because you get so many of the box blushes and bronzers that you can try, and you get them at a fraction of the price. And usually there's sales and stuff going on now, so it's worth looking into that. And I love all of those. Dallas is one of my favorite blushes ever, but that palette just ranks here because I don't really gravitate towards it because it is a palette. I'm going to grab a single blush versus a palette. I don't really gear to face palettes. It doesn't really work for me. I don't mind face duos. I just don't like palettes. It just doesn't work. It's too bulky. Like, this takes up a lot of space versus this. Like, you're going to pick the smaller one. So because this is already in my hand, I am going to talk about it. This is the See Me, Hear Me MAC blush. This is an extra dimension. This was from the Alluring Aquatics limited edition collection from forever ago, and I accidentally smashed my other one. I had both of the blushes, but I do still have this one, and I love the packaging. I could never get rid of this because the packaging has, like, I'm not quite sure if you can see it on camera, but it has like little water droplets all over the outer ring of the packaging, and I just think it's beautiful. It looks like real water on there. They did such a good job with this collection. I really do wish that they would bring it back out because they did do such a beautiful job with it. I remember seeing Carly Bible talking about the collection like when it launched, and as soon as I saw her talking about it, I was out there trying to buy it. Most of it had sold out, but I was trying, and I did manage to get the blushes, which was really great. These are all going to be MAC blushes, so I am just going to absolutely smash through these. I'm going to open the packaging now so it's ready to go. So this first one here is Melba. I got this because Jaclyn Hill used to always talk about it. It's a matte, it's stunning, it looks good on so many different skin tones. I just don't reach for it so much because I have so many blushes, I kind of forget about it, but it is a beautiful peachy toned blush. Looks stunning on pretty much everyone. Love that one. Next up is Mocha. I love this. This is more of a dusty pink sort of blush. It is a matte as well. It looks beautiful on the cheeks. It kind of gives you the look of like, it's a really cold morning and you've just gone outside. It's kind of like frostbitten cheeks. It's really, really cute. It looks very sweet. It does tend to disappear very, very quickly though. Blushes are the first thing to come off your face from your makeup throughout the day. But this particular shade seems to disappear especially fast, just so that you know. But I love the shade. It's so beautiful. So that was Mocha. We are getting into my top 4 blushes now, just so that you know. This one is Margin. So this is a Frost. This is what I'm wearing today. It's got a silver sheen reflect to it, so it is contributing to my highlighter, which, I mean, 2 in 1, you can't complain. Now this is another one of those recommendations from Jaclyn Hill. I used to absolutely swear by her recommendations. I still do. I still think that she does have a lot of merit to what she says, but not like I used to. Like, she's not the only YouTuber that I listen to. So this is what she looks like. The camera is blowing it out a little bit. Gosh, maybe here. That's the shade. That's very true to the shade right there. So it looks very, very, very beautiful in the pan. It looks even better on the skin. I feel like blushes, like, they can be really intimidating in the packaging, but once you get it on your skin, you're just like, oh my god, I love blush. I never used to wear blush when I was younger, and now I'm just like, I cannot leave the house without blush. Like, I'm not dressed unless I have blush on. Next up is Gingerly. Now this was my go-to for a long time. I actually was using this all year when I first got it. This was, I don't think it was in my project pan, but I was using this sneakily behind the scenes in my project pan because I actually really liked it. I've got a fair actual dip into it. I don't think it's going to hit pan, but it is this beautiful orangey, terracotta kind of look. It is definitely erring on the side of orangey peach. It's a matte and it looks very, very beautiful on the skin, especially on brunettes. I feel like this really does bring out the warm tones in your hair, and it just looks beautiful. The packaging is pretty bashed up because it's been sitting in my everyday makeup bag. But that is in my top 3. I love that blush. I think it's absolutely stunning. I think I saw Nikki Tutorials use it in a video not too long ago, and I was just like, oh my god, like I need to get that blush back out of my collection. If Nikki Tutorials is using it, I need to try it again, see if I can fall back in love with it. And I used it and I was like, oh, this is so beautiful. I love it. Like, why did I ever put it down? So my top 2 blushes, this is my Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. Oldie but a goodie, right? So this is a baked blush. It's marbled. It's got a really, really beautiful peachy tone to it. It's like quite luminous as well. It's not going to look flat on the skin. It's going to give you some really beautiful life on the apples of your cheeks. It's just going to wake you up. So when you do your makeup, sometimes when you do your contour and stuff like that, you feel like you've like taken kind of the life out of your skin a little bit. You use Luminoso and all that life comes back. All your sparkle comes back. Everything is ready to go. So I love this. I have never ever done my makeup and used this blush and regretted it. I absolutely think that this goes with so many different looks. You can do a colorful eye look and still use this. You can do a neutral eye look and still use this. Like, any look you can use it. It goes with everything. It goes with every single type of highlighter. You can't go wrong with that blush. It's absolutely stunning. Now we are moving on to my number 1 blush. Like, this is my favorite blush. I love this blush and I only have it in a mini. Like, isn't that crazy? So this is from Benefit. This is in my little trio here from the Cheek Leaders Mini Bronze Squad. It is the shade Gold Rush. So it's the one just on the end there. Hopefully the camera is not blowing it out too much. It's focusing on my hair and it's not focusing on the product. So it's just this one here. It is, oh, there we go. Now it's focused. Sorry guys. So it's just this one here. It is so stunning. So when you first get it, in the packaging, it's got this like gold sheen over the top of it, which can be quite intimidating. Don't get me wrong. Like, I looked at it and went, oh, I'm not putting that on my skin. Look at the glitter. But that goes away. And then underneath it is this beautiful, delicious, peachy, luminous blush. And it just looks good every single time. The pigmentation on this is perfect. You can't go over the top with this, but you can load it up. If you're the kind of person who loves to have heaps and heaps and heaps of blush on your face, you can totally do that with this. But if you're also somebody who is just starting to get into blush, doesn't want to commit to anything too pigmented or too, I don't know, could be a little bit too over the top in terms of what they're comfortable with, you can still do that with this blush. You just dab a little bit in there and build up as you feel comfortable. But this, by Benefit, this particular blush called Gold Rush is my all-time favorite blush. I literally love it to death. I could not do my makeup or have a makeup collection without that in it. If I ever don't have it in my collection, there's something wrong, or I'm on a massive no buy where I'm not buying literally anything, because I can't live my life without that blush in there. It is absolutely beautiful. So that is everything for this video of me ranking my blushes from worst to best. If you have any products in here that you want some in-depth reviews about, please do feel free to hit me up on Instagram. I had my handles at the beginning of this video, but I'll also have them in the description box below for you guys. Definitely send me a message on Instagram and I will give you my in-depth feelings and thoughts on that product. But thank you so much for spending your time with me today. I hope you have a lovely day and week wherever you are right now, and don't forget to subscribe before you leave if you like this kind of content. If you like me, we would love to have you here as part of our community. But until my next video, I hope you have a lovely day and I will see you then. Thanks guys. Bye.